In this video, we're going to be talking about every single thing. We're going to be talking about the flow of every single round in Valorant, how every game is played, the major stages, the types of things you want to consider, the most important aspects that I think if are played around accordingly can lead to some really strong performance. A lot of people miss these, especially the very first thing we're going to go over, which is the D.E.A.L method. It's a very simple way to start off the round right. The D.E.A.L method is something I've been working on for 6 months, pretty dang straightforward. It's just when you're in the buy phase. When you're in the buy phase, you're waiting for the round to start. There's 4 major things you want to ask yourself. And this is D.E.A.L. Very first thing is direction. Where are we going? What's our goal? How can we achieve that goal? A good way to answer this question is to go to economy. Is it a buy or save round? Are we going to 5-man an area? Or do we want close or far range fights? Okay, this is super duper simple. Actually incredibly simple. But a lot of players miss this. They don't talk to the team. They don't like try to 5-man an area. They don't try to go aggressive. The biggest thing on eco rounds especially is you go aggressive and play close range. So then we can see like, okay, this round we're probably gonna be on a save round. So we have 5 people. We're probably gonna buy like sheriff, some frenzies. Where can we take ourselves? So where can we force a close range? Looks like we're on bind. Maybe we just all push short. And we have like Astra wall the right side. Yeah, that's the first thing. So economy, what do we want this round? We want close range fights. We're gonna be on a save. And then the directions, we kind of want to go towards hookah, try to get hookah control. The next thing you're looking at is abilities. What abilities / ults are there? This is mainly pertaining to you, but also your teammates. For example, this team doesn't have any flashes. So it's like, okay, we definitely need a drone or dart to help us out. Maybe we need Cypher camera. So this is just like, okay, these are the abilities or ults we have. How can we use this to achieve our direction or goal for the round? So if we look back at this screenshot, I talked about this Astra wall. And this Astra wall is something you can consider in this play. This Sova thing is something you can consider in this play. It's just good to be like, okay, we'll do this. Like if you're the Astra here, you're just like, okay, I'll do this suck. I'll do this suck and bind, or I'll do this suck and U-haul. And then I'll do my wall on the right side. And this is just our plan. And then we 5-man through short. So all 5 of the team is pushing through short. Just like this. That's our plan for this round. It's also important to consider what we're close to. So maybe because it's an eco, we try to just farm like a jet orb. And then maybe she can kill someone and get her ult. But it's also really good to look at the ults as well as your own economy. Because then like even on this round, it could be good to do something according to the ults we have. That's literally all this was. Was like, yeah, we're investing in ults into this round, but it's fine. Because we have like a 5-man plan going into it. That's basically D.E.A.L. Like you're starting off the round with a certain direction and it's good. And it's really, really good. And this Astra as one player could basically like lead the team to a round that was otherwise kind of unwinnable. Because again, we know how solo queue is. Everyone does who plays the game. So it's fair to say like sometimes teammates won't listen or like no one's calming. But this one player can still make that kind of impact and difference, which is really good. And there's one last thing to consider, which is just like, what did they do last round? What are the patterns? Have they been flanking? Who's been playing where? And then like, how do they play? One of the best examples of this is actually from an older video of mine called How to Clutch Like a Radiant. This is a year-old video, but it's still really strong for this type of idea. I noticed in the last rounds, the Jet has been aggroing through B main when we make mid presence, so I hold an off angle and attempt to punish her. Okay? Boom. Free kill for the round. Free first blood. Good chance to hold. And then very next round. I'll let this play out. Oh. This was a nice clutch.
Oh my god.
Okay, so same exact idea next round, because Jets and Reynas are super predictable and super terrible at the game. I'm just going to hold for the Jet push, but instead play a little bit farther back to kind of make myself unexpected. Okay, so this round like I'm going to hold here. And then actually reposition. I reposition back here. I'm just waiting for my team to make mid presence. You can see him on the minimap. Fighting towards mid, just waiting. Then I come out and clear. See your gun. Again. I didn't do anything special here. I just read the opponent. And I noticed this Jet like to push through B a lot. So that's all it took. That's all it takes sometimes. So that's basically D.E.A.L. At the start of the round, you have a certain type of plan that you're going for. So I'm going to test the chat here. This is a recent match. I'm sorry to the team I'm exposing like this. This is a recent match of a playoffs premier game. And we can notice they're going to be on a save this round. So how do we want to play on a save as a team, especially when we have like set coordination? What do we want to do? What do we want to do here with this type of buy? Oh, wait for it. Wait, I gotta wait from the buy. Frame back, frame back, frame back, frame back. What do we want to do as a team on this type of round, on this buy? Let me test your chat. How much have you been paying attention? Communicate a save. Okay. Accomplished. We're on a save round. The team knows it. Where do we want to put ourselves? Go back to this. Stack. Stack a site. Good deal. What kind of engagements do we want? Close or far? Stack, play aggressive, coordinate, working together, and suppose. Close, close, close. Good job. You guys got it. You effectively have applied D.E.A.L to your game. So what did this team not do? What did this team not do? Every single one of those things. So guess who got this in their notes? And what you'll see is they just get overwhelmed of guns, better abilities. Not really much they can do. So they just lost this round. Really hard to get some sort of impact. Look at their defense now. Stronger game of plays, 3-man strong, 1 lurk and 1 anchor site. We always need to gamble stack something, okay? Just want to throw it out there. So to sum it all together, this is basically like what the role of an I.G.L does, if you really think about it. The I.G.L is the dealer for the team. They're the drug dealer, the plain dealer for the team. They got all these secret strats in their pocket and they throw it at the team. So I wanted to include 2 I.G.L calls. One that's pretty simple, one that's pretty complex.
They have too many flashes, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to initiate the full shebang. I'm going to smoke here and here. Sova, you're going to actually save your dart. Sova, I want you to drone up A short and save your dart to hit back sight. I want you to dart back sight, okay? And me and Zeppa will handle shower. Zeppa, use your Roomba. I'm going to smoke heaven and deep spawn because, yeah.
So that's a good.
Okay. It's really just that simple. So when you I.G.L, you kind of want to give everyone a set position. Now what Quapo does here, what this player does here, this is a Radiant player by the way, what they do here is very sneaky, but they do give like set plays for everything. So he's like, alright, me and Raze will go showers, so if I want you to dart and drone short. And then the other 2 people are like, alright, you just do whatever. Who's the other person? Jet? You just do whatever, but Jet should be following the drone and so it trips, or chamber chips flank. That's pretty much it. That's the I.G.L call. They have flashes, so we're going to do back smoke so we can't flash through it. And we're just going to do a double hit. Okay, one example. This round actually went really well for them, and they got all the site control.
Fuck up, dude.
Yo, can we do a tiles crunch? So, Omen, can you blind the market for me? I'll buy you, I'll buy you.
I'll play towards A.
No, I got it. I'll stop the rest of it. Actually, we can both do it.
Okay, dart outside of B for me, Sova, and then off the rip of the round, flash this on
I'll play cat
that
this
I
round.
gotta help them. Yeah, I'm gonna help them as well. I'll just trip him in.
Okay. I'll let it play out.
Yo, when I dash, these top mid guys are going to swing. So,
Keep up.
yeah.
That's kind of the idea. So here it's less about the economy and more just like, okay, use this ability for me. Let's go this way and let's just make this our priority this round. So you see when the round starts that like everyone's ready to do this play. So I can get a nice freeze frame here. Nice freeze frame. Nice freeze frame. Yep, 2 people cat. Jet stalking. Dashing bottom mid. And then yes. Wish this could happen in a solo queue game. This is a solo queue game. But I see the point. The idea is you should try to communicate this stuff. In this type of situation, if you're the Jet and you don't trust your teammates, just ask your Omen to blind one thing. People underestimate how easy it is just to ask for one thing. This is all you need. In a lot of situations, just one thing. I think a lot of solo queue teammates at any rank are capable of at least helping you smoke or do one ability. Like, hey, can you blind this for me? Yep, there's the idea. If you want to take D.E.A.L to your team, you can. You could also do this without your team for the most part. But that's my general suggestion. That's all of D.E.A.L. It's literally just like starting off the round right. Having like an actual plan. A lot of people don't even have like a plan going into the round. Let's go to the next part. So this is once the round starts. Once the round starts, there's 5 stages, but there's 3 major ones. The minor ones are just like rotates. So the very first thing you do at the start of the round is just early space control. Okay, round starts, early space control time. Early space is basically everything before you hit the site. So for A, it's this control of long and this control of short. So at the start of the round, you're going for this very first stage, early space control. I'd be careful running up here with dogs. Okay, early space control is complete. We now have control of long, we have control of short. Now we move to stage 2. Stage 2 is like the rotates. So now that we've made early space control, what's going to be happening around the map is these guys going to be rotating over. And you're also going to be like rotating to the area you've now controlled. These guys are going to come through spawn, and we are going to push up towards site. And then we're going to enter into stage 3. The major reason that these stages are so important to keep in mind is because a lot of times teams don't do these stages together, and it's really easy to miss out. So like if we're doing early space control and we have someone still like working through window, or if we're about to do a site take or an execute, and we still have people who are like pushing up through short, like this guy, it just means one less person there, and it tilts the favor of whether or not you're going to actually be able to take this site or not. It's also important to like use abilities together. So yeah, now we're rotating towards site. Teammates already out site, so we're just going to be running through. We haven't seen raise. Yeah, careful there. Okay, so we have site control. This is official. Now we're setting up for our post plant, and then we're waiting for those rotates to finalize. So the rotates finalizing is like now these guys are going to get here, and they're going to get ready to take out site. There's one exception to this, and you can see it here, and it's flooding. When players flood out site, I'm going to show an example here. It's basically like a one person playing contact and getting info that people are there, and then either leaving site really early and trying to stall for as long as you can for the rest of the team to come through. And then
exerts pressure, Flowerful gets pushed away.
the Flowerful TP's out. Notice how they immediately just leave site, give it up. And now all the team is starting to come out once you see. All the team is rotating over.
And Mary draws first blood, securing the site for G2. G2 starts planning. Shopify all regroup heaven. They smoke off the edge of heaven. This smoke lets Shopify waterfall out of heaven from all sorts of angles, like the freaking Avengers. Will G2 expect this retake strat? But there's a gap in the smoke, and Sonder gets punished for it. But the retake must go on.
Punching Sonder. All said and done. Yeah, they have no idea.
It doesn't go well, but here's the idea. Everyone groups outside an area. As soon as you tap bomb, you drop outside. Or as soon as you try to go for a plant, you drop outside. This is really good because a lot of times the attackers aren't ready for a post plant. They haven't completed like the setup yet. So if your entire team's already rotated over, instead of waiting for them to plant and letting them begin their setup, you can just flood outside and beat them to it and overwhelm them before they can like get back short. That can be really, really strong to do too. There's a post plant, there's a retake. Let's see if we can get one more round. That's more of like a traditional rifle v rifle.
Every single rank.
Same exact thing. Common talk. Dog coming out short. People pushing through. Dog someone. Coming out sight. Everything's used together. It's like dog comes out, flash comes through. Teammates coming out sight. Here's a potential flood, which is scary because of the CT smoke. Oop. And then they get in setup positions. So that's pretty much the idea. Like you'll see in more highly rated lobbies, people are more coordinated. It's not perfect, but at least like everyone's going out together. So something we talked about in the Haven map review, or the Haven analysis that we did, is that a lot of times these long and short players don't come out together. But in this situation, the rain is coming out exactly when the Phoenix is coming out. And it really helps change how the interactions play out. For example, the Reyna is already back site when the Phoenix dies. And she's ever able to peek and trade him. If this Reyna wasn't here, I think this Sage might have been able to kill this guy. There's more of a chance. Whereas here, they're all able to play off each other really well. And I want to switch to defenders and kind of explain it from their point of view too. Okay, so defender's perspective on Haven is basically, the early space control is basically info a lot of the times. So like we just get info that there's people A, we give info there's people window. We're trying to hold this long control for the team. The guy who was just A. Go, go, go. Flash, flash right, flash right, flash right, flash right, flash right, flash right. Sheesh. So you can kind of see, I personally, I think the reason this retake doesn't work out is because everything's super uncoordinated. And we don't consider like abilities, we don't consider our teammates. So everything's very like the Phoenix is lurking through mid. The Killjoy is not behind him. The Reyna comes outside before he even peeks. So it's just basically 4 1v1s that happen around the map. This is the other reason why being together on these stages and having the same idea and like communication in general is really important. Even if you're just talking about what you're doing. Even if you just said I'm flashing right there. Here's an example of it not working out so well. So there's the early space control just looking down garage. This is their early space control. They're dogging up short. They're getting short control. They're trying to get early space control. Smokes come out. They're doing their execute now, so now is the time, right? They're doing executes. So now we're rotating over so we can get there for the retake. And now we have like a 3v3. We have a 3v3 retake. What is the most important thing we do in a retake to make sure we get the most out of our abilities and give us the highest chance to secure this round? Play with team, good. Also think about the abilities he has. Does taking early space not always mean taking space with your little agent? No, it doesn't. Early space control just means having some control of early space a lot of the times. Unless you're someone like a sentinel, you usually play more back, but like every other agent should kind of be trying to play for intel. It leaves for a lot of timings to happen if you don't. So making sure we get some util out and making sure util gets value. Now, I tell this to every Sky player, you need to talk to your team when you use your dog so that gets followed up on. You need to make sure your team's ready to follow with your dog as well. So we have a 3v3 plant, bomb goes down, KJ spraying the wall, slow gets here. The best ability we just used is gone because we dogged through a slow and our KJ was spraying the wall. We didn't talk to her to do it. So now we have no dogs, no flashes. We might have a smoke, we might have like KJ turret or something, but this stuff isn't great, they help us get outside. So now it's like, okay, we should wait for the flash and then go out. Okay, so turret tries to help us get outside. Gives us some space to work with. Actually goes pretty cleanly. Yeah, and they also like didn't play together as a team. The Sky just like flashed here instead of... The Sky flashed here instead of maybe waiting back sight when they started to come out here and then using the flash when they're out in the open. The major reason is you need to recognize, like the entire idea behind these stages is recognizing when these stages are happening and making sure you're there for them and making sure they're coordinated with the team. Once the round ends, there's 5 important things. The first important thing you do is defuse the spike. Obviously, the bomb's gonna blow up soon. You need to grab it as soon as you can. If you have the time, try to give the orb to the best ult. So in my situation, I'm playing Phoenix. Phoenix has a really strong ultimate for a lot of the stages that we talked about. So farming his orb is a good example. Someone like Jet or like Reyna, you wouldn't really want to have them get their orb from the spike, so it's not really great. Okay, the other thing you want to make sure you do is plant spike. When the round ends, you can actually still plant spike and get that orb, and also 300 team credits. So I just want to show this real quick. I'm going to unpause the match timer, and this phase, I'm just going to plant the bomb. The round ended, planted the bomb, grabbing the spectre. Look in the bottom right. I got plus 300 credits, and I got an orb. Literally just like a free economy boost. That takes only a few seconds. The other thing you want to do is try to upgrade your weapon. So there, grab the Spectre, and then if you do have a teammate who can't really make it, they're like laying rotates, you can toss an upgrade to them, and then you could start planning for the next round. So like, okay, A worked really well that round, or we just farmed the Phoenix ult, now we can take it A, and then we can come out A. So there's more like a natural flow to it. That's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. And if you're interested in getting these graphics, head over to the bot commands channel in our Discord and type any of these 3 commands. Thanks for watching.